Hey everybody, how's it going? Sorry I didn't post yesterday. It was a very busy day yesterday. Was working on my final project proposal for my trip to Okinawa, studying for my final, which I am taking today, and just a bunch of other stuff. And that's why I'm making this video now, because I'm not gonna have time later. And I wanted to talk about what it means to like feel okay with yourself, at least for me. And I've been doing a lot of self-reflecting, self-work, a lot of journaling. I've written so much. I don't think I've ever written this much in this span of a time. Like, I finished one of my journals. I started two other journals. One of them's already halfway done. Like, I've just been working through a lot of old thoughts and habits. I've already talked about this a little bit, but part of that is I had this sort of old expectation. It's one that I'm starting to let go of, but just that I would be perfect, I guess. Not perfect in the sense of like, oh, I'm like the best person ever, but just like within me and my own skin, that I would just be fitting that ideal idea of myself of like, oh, I won't have negative emotions, I'll just be positive, all that, wonderful stuff. But I'm realizing that it's not that. And I already had a hunch it wasn't that, but it's just been over these last 2 weeks, like I have been feeling so much differently and a lot better in so many ways. But in others, like I felt like very lost and confused, because I feel like I'm transitioning from the person that I once thought of myself as, and becoming the person that I am now. And what I mean by that is, I don't know if anybody relates to this, but when I was a kid, a lot of things happened in my life that I couldn't really explain at the time, or really like quantify, because I'm a kid. I'm new to this world, or I was new to the world back then. And I also I didn't know I had a voice either. So a lot of my questions, a lot of my worries, a lot of my like stresses were things that I kept very close to me, kept to myself, because I didn't know I could express or share that. And what happened when I got, I guess, overwhelmed after a while with that, was I kind of broke out of the cycle of being, I guess, or being present. And I got stuck in this loop of being stuck in this one feeling, in this one memory, whatever you want to call it, just like being stuck in this part of my life that is no longer applicable. And funnily enough, like I was thinking about this at like at 3 a.m. and I was like, so like, sure, you don't like yourself, that's what you're saying, right? But you're not saying that to the person you are right now, because you used to say like, oh, I used to say like, oh, I want to be more independent, in the sense like I want to know how to cook for myself, I want to take care of my body, I want to take care of my mind, I want to read more, I want to meditate, I want to do all of these things. And it was really funny. I was just looking at myself, like I was looking at myself in the mirror, talking to myself. I'm like, I'm doing all those things right now, like presently I'm doing all those things. I mean, I'm not perfect. Some days I don't do it, but I always come back to it. I'm not even worried about not doing it and that being a slippery slope, because I just want to do those things. It feels good for me to do all those things. And I don't know, I kind of just laughed at myself hysterically. I'm like, so then what am I feeding right now? You know? That means I'm not present still, in a sense. And that was just a really interesting realization, because I don't know if any of you also think about that too. Maybe you have some old memories where it's like, oh, I wish it could have been this, wish I could have been that. And years elapse and things change, you know? Your goals could also change as well. Like, my goals have changed significantly on how I want to be. And just surrendering and letting go of that charge. I realized that I was just living in the past, in a sense, and maybe a little bit in the future, being worried about that as well, but never just like right now, like I like talking to the camera, you know? I'm here right now, I'm looking at the 3 cameras. I don't even know which one I'm supposed to look at, but yeah, like what memory or what feelings are you guys stuck in right now? That may sound weird. Maybe you've never thought of that. Maybe you might need to spend some time on that. I don't know. But a lot of the times I've noticed now for my own life, when I feel that pang of anxiety, that stress, that confusion, that loneliness, that unwant, that is the moment when I start detaching from being present. That is the moment where I go back to a habit. Not even really I mean, yes, it is a memory, but memories can also very much be habits, because memories change throughout our lives. And if you always put all of this negative focus on this memory, your memory will change. It'll become something else entirely. It might not even be a memory. That's a crazy thing to think about. It might not even be your memory. It might just be something you created, because our minds are powerful. We can create things within our heads that are terrifying or liberating. That's why they say we are our own best friend and our worst enemy, because I mean, it's kind of true. If we don't have a way to find balance, our minds can be a trap. And I'm starting to diffuse the traps more, or at least recognizing them and just surrendering and letting go. Because I don't even think they're my memories, really. They're just something that I fabricated based on an experience that I had in my life, a time where I felt out of control, a time where I couldn't speak, a time where I needed clarity but I didn't ask, a time where I felt ashamed. And yeah. So maybe, I don't know, whoever watches, think about those things that really, send you spiraling. I mean, okay, maybe don't think about it too hard. I don't want you to spiral, but if you are in a moment, or right now or in the future are in a moment of spiraling, where does that resonate within your mind or your soul, What part of you, what memory, what body part, like, it can be very subjective. Like, where does this thing rest within you? And is it even yours? Those are my questions for you. Where does it rest within you, that thing? And is it truly yours? Okay, I need to study. I'm gonna study. My final, I don't even know what time it is. It doesn't matter. I need to study. I hope this was shorter. Thank you all so much for watching. You are all wonderful, beautiful people. If you're seeing this, I hope all is going well with you. And if it's not, I hope that, I don't know, maybe something in this resonated with you that made you feel seen or heard. Okay. I will talk to you guys tomorrow.